Welcome back to Grammar Grade 7. This is Unit 4, Lesson 23, and our whole unit is about pronouns, the handy little words that stand in for nouns so we don't have to repeat ourselves. Today, we get to the heart of using pronouns well. Every pronoun is quietly connected to a noun called its antecedent. Once you can spot that connection and make the two words agree, your writing gets clearer and smoother. Let's get started. Let's start with a big word that names a simple idea, the antecedent. The antecedent is the noun that a pronoun refers to, the word it stands for. Here's how it works. Emma packed a bag. Then the next sentence says, she left before dawn. Who is she? She is Emma, of course. The word she is a pronoun, and it points straight back to Emma. So Emma is the antecedent of she. Anytime you use a pronoun, some noun nearby is its antecedent, quietly giving it meaning. Here's the heart of today's lesson. A pronoun always points back to its antecedent, the noun it stands in for. Look at this sentence. Marcus grabbed his umbrella. The pronoun his doesn't tell us whose umbrella on its own. It borrows its meaning from Marcus. So his looks back to Marcus, and Marcus is its antecedent. Picture a little arrow running from the pronoun back to the noun it replaces. That arrow is the relationship at the center of everything we'll do today. A pronoun and its antecedent have to agree, and the first way they agree is in number. If the antecedent is singular, meaning one, the pronoun must be singular too. If the antecedent is plural, meaning more than one, the pronoun must be plural as well. Watch. One runner tied her laces. One runner is singular, so we use the singular pronoun her. Now make it plural. The runners tied their laces. Runners is plural, so we switch to the plural pronoun their. Match one to one and many to many. The second way a pronoun agrees with its antecedent is in gender. If the antecedent is male, we use he, him, or his. If it's female, we use she, her, or hers. And if the antecedent is a thing or an animal we don't name, we use it or its. Listen. Grandpa smiled as he boarded the train. Grandma smiled as she boarded the train. The engine hummed as it pulled away. Each pronoun matches the gender of the noun it stands for, so the sentence feels natural and correct. There's one more rule, and it's the trickiest. The antecedent has to be clear. A pronoun should point back to only one possible noun, never two. Look at this problem sentence. Ryan met Diego, and he won the prize. Who won? He could mean Ryan, or he could mean Diego. There's no way to be sure, so the sentence is unclear. The easy fix is to name the person. Ryan met Diego, and Diego won the prize. Now there's no doubt at all. A good pronoun leaves the reader certain, not guessing. So what do you do when a pronoun could point to more than one noun? You have two simple fixes. First, you can name the noun directly instead of using the pronoun. Second, you can reword the sentence so that only one antecedent makes sense. Take our unclear sentence and reword it. When Ryan met Diego, Diego won the prize. By repeating the name, we erase every doubt. Whenever a reader would have to stop and guess, that's your signal to rewrite. Let's turn all of this into a quick check you can run on any pronoun. Step 1. Find the pronoun. Then find the antecedent it points back to. Step 2. Do they agree in number and gender? One matching one, and the right he, she, or it? Step 3. Is that antecedent clear with only one noun it could possibly mean? Match the number, match the gender, and keep the reference clear. Do those three things and your pronouns will always land. Let's practice together. Time to practice. In this first set, I'll give you a sentence with a pronoun, and your job is to find its antecedent, the noun it points back to. Pause the video and choose before I reveal the answer. The astronomer adjusted her telescope. The pronoun here is her. Whose telescope is it? The astronomer's. So her points back to the astronomer, which means the antecedent is the astronomer. So the answer is the astronomer. After the puppies woke up, they tumbled outside. The pronoun is they. Who tumbled outside? The puppies did. So they points back to the puppies, and the puppies are the antecedent. Notice it's plural, and so is they. So the answer is the puppies. Grandfather promised that he would visit soon. The pronoun is he. Who would visit? Grandfather. So he points straight back to grandfather, making grandfather the antecedent. So the answer is grandfather. In this second set, you'll pick the pronoun that agrees with its antecedent, or spot the sentence whose antecedent is clear. Think about number, gender, and clarity. Pause and choose before I answer. The chess club will hold its meeting on Friday. What's the antecedent? The chess club. A club is a single group, so it's singular, which means we need the singular pronoun its, not their. So the answer is its. Aunt Rosa waved as she stepped off the train. The antecedent is Aunt Rosa, one person, and she's female. So the pronoun has to be singular and female, which is she. So the answer is she. Which sentence has a clear antecedent? In the first one, when Mia called Zoe, she laughed. The word she could mean Mia or Zoe, so it's unclear. The second one names Mia directly. When Mia called Zoe, Mia laughed. There's no doubt about who laughed, so the answer is the second sentence. Let's gather up what we learned. The antecedent is the noun that a pronoun refers to, and the pronoun always points back to it. A pronoun must agree with its antecedent in two ways: in number, one-to-one and many-to-many, and in gender, matching he, she, or it. And the antecedent must stay clear, so a pronoun points to only one possible noun, never leaving your reader to guess. Find the pronoun, find its antecedent, and make them match. Wonderful work today, and I'll see you in the next lesson.